Hello everyone. My bit in the masterclass series is to say something about values, strategy and change. What I shall talk about is based in theory and observed in practice. I shall attempt to draw together some learning points at the end. My start point is my favourite definition of strategy, which goes back to 1969 and came from a man called Russell Ackoff, who said that strategy is the design of a desired future and of effective ways of bringing it about. My second opening point is that strategies reveal values, which become embedded in the structures and processes that organisations develop to realise their strategies. And my third point is that consequently, changes in strategy are likely to have some implications for processes, structures and values. I shall try to illustrate this in the context of the university's new strategy document. It shows, I think, that overall the strategy is more of a refinement of an existing strategy than a particularly new one. It focuses on the university maintaining its reputation as a world-class university through research. It raises the importance of teaching excellence. It calls for greater innovation in education. It orients us to a more international market and places greater emphasis on partnerships, particularly in the city of Bristol. The design of a desired future is therefore tweaked but not revolutionised. It demonstrates Bristol's response to a changing environment. And here is where the real difference lies. We're now in a world where student fees and the removal of the cap, together with reductions in government research budgets, means that universities as a whole are competing for income, which is very different to a world when students and research money was more assured. You know the situation. And it means that effective ways of bringing about the university's desired future is changing rapidly and considerably. In our old world, we operate with systems and processes based upon collegiate values. It's comfortable, although not always great. Committee structures and processes have a habit of tempering the brightest of ideas and testing the determination of those championing them. They ensure fairness, or at least a version of it, but the pace is slow and the caution is measured. We're now being driven by changes in the environment, the context in which we work, to shift from collegium-based structures and processes to those that we labelled at the start of this programme as of the corporation and of enterprise. But the values associated with these are rather different. Strategy realisation based in a corporate or entrepreneurial model emphasises agility and efficiency in processes. They are concerned with competition and innovation, with individual initiative and creative ideas. So a move from one model to another requires changes in processes and changes in systems, underpinned by changes in values, or at least some of them. Now that becomes a little difficult. Values embedded in processes and systems are enacted by people whose personal values fit broadly the values of the organisation they choose to join. So if an organisation changes the values embedded in its strategy, in its structures and processes, that feeling of fit gets challenged. People have to find alternative ways of fitting their values with those of the organisation. Here, research suggests that people can be flexible, well, up to a point. Although people do not change their personal values easily or quickly, we are as a whole quite adept at changing the way we frame our values or relate them to the world around us. We can alter their relative importance. We can, in our minds, pick out those that work for us and effectively blank out or downplay those that don't. And in general, we want to be able to improve that fit. A role of leadership, therefore, in times of change that we are facing right now, is to create plausible narratives that help people find fit between the values they hold and those that are built into new systems and processes. In many ways, I'm sorry not to be with you today. Instead, I shall be observing leadership in action and reflecting on how, in a short space of time, one young leader has turned the fortunes of a team, in large part by backing his players and encouraging them to express themselves freely. The overall strategic vision has not changed much, but the ways of bringing it about are very different, as are the values that underpin them. Thank you.